Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I know what you're thinking, wow Owen, you haven't posted in a while. I know, it's been around 3 years and there's a special reason why I'm posting this random video. Typically, I'm doing this video due to HaloStudios has announced that the Halo Championship of their new project they released Friday gone, which is a new title of Halo Campaign Evolved. Now let me be clear, I am not calling it that, I am calling it Halo Combat Evolved Remake. I'm calling it what it is basically. This is a Halo CE remake. The reason I think they're calling it Campaign Evolved is because Campaign will be, you know, it's that part of the C, then Evolve is part of the Evolve, like, you know, that all malarkey. Like, I'm just calling it what it is. I'm calling it a Halo CE remake, which it is. After that disgrace of an anniversary, which I and a lot of people really did not like. I don't think the anniversary really met up to the expectations. We all were expecting to be fair. And they did mention that they understood that they couldn't do what they wanted to do at the time regarding it, which I respect the honesty, and I guess that they wanted to do much more with it. So I guess this is what they wanted to do all along. However, when it comes to Halo CE Remake, it has to be done faithfully. It has to be done right, because this is, well, Halo CE is the first Halo game that Bungie ever made, and it's going to be very special to a lot of people. Therefore, HaloStudios, they really have to make it right. They have to be more than faithful. They have to really capture the hearts of the fans and the players that really absolutely love this game in their childhood or their teens or their adult years, really. There is some good stuff I like about this, and there is also some bad stuff, so we will be covering the good and the bad. However, I am going to put the good at the end.
You serious?
Usually some people do it first, or they might do it at the end. I'm gonna do that at the first, actually. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it at first, and I'm gonna give the bad at the end, because I need the bad to sink in. Not in like a negative way, but in the way that listening has to be involved in order for this to work out and plan out well and be made into something really special. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna look at the trailer and that they released, and then we're gonna look at the round table afterwards. I will be breaking it down. I did have an issue with my first attempt, which sucked. My resolution wasn't correct, so I had to redo that. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we are going to redo this, and we're gonna go through the whole thing again, and I've got some water this time to hydrate, so always good. After my mouth was almost like dry from that first attempt, I'm not gonna even lie. However, before we do jump into this, I want to say that there is going to be 3 bonus missions here I'm gonna mention in the roundtable. Now, I do like the idea of this. I've got good things about it and some concerns and some cautious feelings about it. However, I just hope they do it right and appropriately, because it can conflict and complicate things what Bungie would have originally done if they were able to add all their content in. I do like the idea though, like Sergeant Johnson and Master Chief, if I'm correct, and yes, and that is just, when I heard that, I was like, no way, we're actually gonna get 3 bonus missions of that. So yeah, alright guys, so nevertheless, let's get these headphones on, and let's go and watch the Halo Campaign Evolved, the Silent Cartographer, which I find is funny considering the anniversary was on Silent Cartographer as well. I just hope it's not a repeat of a bad remaster / remake. So yeah, let's do this, shall we? I think audio should be coming through. Yep.
According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. They call it Halo. They believe that Halo is some kind of weapon.
What sort of weapon is it?
One with unimaginable power.
Chief, you gotta find the cartographer. We'll keep him busy as long as we can.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
Wow.
Touchdown! Hit it, Marine!
Ward.
Somebody go to a warthog.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here.
Rock and roll! Rock and roll!
Give them hell, Chief.
Hello campaign for Halo CE Remake wishlist now. Now, first of all, let me just say PS5. That is huge. That is huge. Ending exclusive. Of course, that's going to be spiraling all over social media as well. The first Halo game to come to PS5. Oh boy, I've got all sorts of stuff to say about this. So first of all, I want to say I have wishlist this, of course. One thing I cannot really give my input on, and that is the gameplay. Of course, I can have a look with the video, but because I'm not playing it, I can't really tell you how it really feels, really. So I can't really have a say on that. I haven't played it. But we will break this trailer down. I will try to do it relatively quickly as well, like not too quickly, because we do need to break stuff down, and that is like the round table actually took me way longer considerably. So yeah, let's have a look. So first of all, I want to say right here, I do like Chief's helmet on this. I actually really do. It looks very similar with like the layout and that with their CE. So yeah, I do like his armor. His armor looks decent. I think it looks alright. Don't know. It makes him look less like, what is it, chubby or something, like almost makes him more lean in a way. Like, of course, I work out, but he looks decent. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the Mark 5 armor. Oh, there, I will comment. I do like Chief's Halo 3 armor. I think I forgot what armor that is. Was it Mark 4 or was it Mark 5? It was Mark 6. Okay, I think I said that. If I said that, I'm adding that in because I did guess that. Yeah, it was Mark 6. Yeah, I did like Chief's Mark 6 armor in Halo 3. I thought it looked really good. I liked all of his armor 1, 2, and 3. I just think that's like favorite of mine would be like Halo 3 and that. But yeah, no, I absolutely adore Chief's CE armor, his Mark 5 as well. So yeah, but yeah, let's break this down. Positive is visually it looks good. I'm not gonna lie, visually it looks good. I absolutely love the cutscene as well on it. They are different. They are different. I do like the water. The water looks great. The scenery. The ring looks really good as well with what they've done in Unreal Engine. I'm actually surprised with what they've done with Unreal Engine so far. I was very skeptical of Halo moving forward with Unreal Engine. It's looking actually good so far in Unreal Engine. We have a crab here. I do hope they add more wildlife on this. I believe Bungie would have done that more if they didn't have limitations. But yeah, I do hope they add more wildlife in this because I feel like it really can make the ring more alive and it really could give the ring more personality as well. But yeah, we have a nice crab here. I'm sure there's numerous of crabs, and of course there'll be birds because we've seen birds throughout Halo as well. So yeah, they have changed that, I believe, as well from the original, unless it is the same. And basically I will be putting gameplay over a lot of stuff for comparison because we really need to understand the structure and the core material of Halo as well, especially like CE, because this is CE predominant. Yeah, like this shot, for example, it looks great. Like, look at that. And I really like this scene. I like that. Oh, like the jaws. Now I know there's a word for that. I just forgot what that is. Wow. But yeah, I like its jaws. But yeah, I do like the Elite, the way the jaw move. Like, can you imagine, right guys? Can you imagine Halo CE when Bungie made Halo 1 back in the day, and they did a cutscene like this? The Elite moved his like jaws the way he did. That would be intimidating. That would be intimidating. Like the door opens, he does that, and he's like, "Spartan, I'm ready for you." Of course, he's gonna refer him as the demon. Oh man, that is cool. That is cool. I do like that.
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our
I also like this as well. That was cool as well. I also want to mention while I'm at it here. The grunts look alright. This grunt that my mouse is hovering, I hope I'm recording the cursor as well. But basically, the orange grunt does look quite CE in a way. So I'm pretty glad with that in a way. And I just hope that the enemies do stay traceable of the looks of CE. The assault rifle looks alright. It looks similar to the CE one. I would say the downside is the 60 mag we don't have, but I'm hoping they will do that. The assault rifle looks alright. I think I wish it was a little bit taller, but it looks alright. It looks alright. Ward to you. I do like the shield of the jackals. They look really cool. Like, I'm not sure if they did this in Blam Engine or Unreal Engine, but it looks really cool, and I really do like this. It looks really cool, and it really makes the jackals stand out as well compared to the other infantry, like compared to like the elites, the grunts, hunters, and that. So yeah, like I really like that. It's like the jackals are sort of like, hey, guess what? I'm over here. Yeah, no, I like that. It's really cool. Okay, so I might give more thoughts on the Warthog with the round table, but so far I think it looks good. Looks alright. Yeah, I do like the fact that the turret also overheats. Like you can see that signal. The sound of the turret also sounds really good as well.
The Covenant men are putting
Well,
up a real fight.
they're gonna see,
Photographer
but yeah.
must be-
Hunter looks alright. The Hunter does look alright. Again, there is going to be something I'm going to mention when I talk about lots of great stuff that I like, but I hope they improve. But they look alright. I do like the way they sound. If I'm correct, I think they sound the exact same in CE, but I could be wrong. But yeah, they sound good. They're like gone at least. So we're going to go back and I'm going to talk about the stuff that I don't like. Let's have a look. Alright, so far, I do not like the way the Forerunner structures look. They look too clean in Halo CE. The Sentinels haven't been out for God knows how long, and they didn't get a chance to look like, you know, like clean, like the Forerunner structures. So like the structures, they look like dirty in a way. I believe the issue with this is more of the fact that it looks like it Halo Infinite assets. A lot of people have been saying they're using assets in this that isn't from CE. Some people are saying Reach, some people are saying Infinite. It reminds me a lot of Halo Infinite. I think because of the way Halo Infinite looks, they thought that it might make it look more attractive for people. I can see that understanding, but they've got to understand that they even said themselves that they wanted to be faithful and respect the source material of Halo CE. That is a bit of a hypocritical stance if you're adding assets from another game. This is one of the core issues with Halo Anniversary 10 years ago. A lot of people didn't like that because Halo Reach assets were used, and also it was too bright. It was far too bright. Yeah, I really do not like the look of, it's not that I don't like the look of the Forerunner structures, it's the fact that I don't think a asset from another game should be in a CE. It's like me saying if God of War 3 had a remaster and people want it done right, it's like the developers getting assets from God of War Ragnarok and putting it in God of War 3. You wouldn't do that. You'd want to respect the source material, you want to respect God of War 3, and you'd want to respect the whole game and use the assets exactly from that game and make it look good with those assets. That's what HaloStudios really should be doing. They should use the asset from Halo CE and they just should go from there. But yeah, they do have a thing about spars. They do have this thing about spars. The Forerunner structures I do not like so far. And again, it's come with hit here. The lighting, I've got a feeling the lighting will make things look great, but the issue per se is the fact that these are assets potentially from another game. So therefore, you got to respect Halo CE for what it is, not for using a completely different asset and just bringing it into a game that you are remaking. This is like a Halo CE remake. This isn't a Halo Infinite remake. This isn't a Halo Reach remake. This is a Halo CE remake. So we really need to respect Halo CE, the boundaries, the core material, etc. And really think about how we can make Halo CE look great with its original assets and just make it look great from there with the engines that they are using. Again, same for this room, but I'm not going to repeat myself. But yeah, I think the interaction with this is also slightly different as well with CE. I'm not sure if it's the same with the classic or not, but I believe it's slightly different. Again, if it was the same, but just like, you know, just slightly made it look better, then with the same asset and build for the classic, then there's no issue there really, just by making it look good. Also, I want to say that the energy sword also sounds really good. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, the sound of the energy sword actually sounds really good. So yeah, props for that, for making the energy sword sounds good. It gives that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like that, not a whoosh, but it's like that real nice sound of the way like the classic energy sword truly and purely did sound. Also, can I say the fact that I don't know why, but this elite does not look like a Halo CE elite. It looks good, but I just got a feeling that some of these enemies don't look truly like Halo CE enemies, like Covenant. It just feels like that they're using assets for like elites as well, and I'm not sure if this is like a Halo Reach Infinite asset, but it feels and looks like an asset, and I'm not the only one that said that. There was another content creator that I absolutely like, and it's not me repeating after him. I completely agree, and a few other people have agreed. It's more of the fact that this is a It's more of the fact that this is a Halo CE remake, and it really should respect that instead of bringing assets from other games. Other than that, I really like this cutscene and the way the elite moves its doors. I will say something. I'm not sure what I think about the Pelicans. I think they look alright. I think they do look alright. I think
Fire Team Charlie, we're on our way.
I'm not sure if they moved their oh gosh, the wings and the back thrusters like the classic. They do, then a bonus, but I don't think I've seen it so far. I also don't like the sound of some of the weapons. It's really hard to make out, I think, in this clip. Yeah, it's a bit hard to make out the assault rifle. Plasma pistol does sound good, I believe, as well. But we will know for sure in like the round table as well. I want to say that I do not like the Halo Infinite Needler in Halo CE. I can tell you 100% for the Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite has pretty much the same asset and design of this Needler. I really think that it does show that they're using a lot of asset. I'm not sure how long they've been working on this. Maybe between 3 and 5 years. If they have, they really should have not used a Halo Infinite asset. I don't care if it looks good. It looks good in Halo Infinite. It should not be in Halo CE. And so I have been seeing some people complaining that you've got the ammo counter and that here, and like you've got it on like up here on the top of the needler, which is a good point, to be fair. It is. Like, honestly, I can briefly look past that, but again, this is a Halo Infinite needler, so other than that, I'm just going to say that this needler design should not be in CE, because we need the CE needler, which I actually really liked back in the day. I'm not going to lie. I think it had some weight to it, which made it feel like a really unique Covenant weapon. You have to also figure out how to use it, because if not, like, you run out of ammo and you know you've got the enemy right in front of you and you're like, okay, I've got to use this weapon somehow, and then you just start firing the weapon because like it's like a flight and fight mode essentially. So the Spartans throughout the Halo lore would have found out how to use, you know, the Covenant weapons effectively. But yeah, I don't like this design of the needler in Halo CE Remake, and they really should consider using Halo CE assets and just really just make them look good. Okay, so I think the hunters look alright. One bonus I will say, and we'll all see in the roundtable, and I will mention it when we watch the roundtable, is they have added the worms moving with the hunters, which I think is really flipping cool considering they are made out of worms. I just forgot what they're called.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer
Okay, I want to say I do not like the look of this Magnum. I really don't. It looks weird. I don't know why. It also doesn't sound like a Magnum either.
must be here.
Yeah, that does not sound like a Magnum. They need to adjust this. I do want to clarify, and I forgot to clarify it at the start of this video. This is still in the work in progress. I will actually add in the editing that this is still in work in progress as well. So yeah, please keep that in mind so they can hopefully listen to all the feedback and criticism from everybody, and they can hopefully make CE Remake really something special. I'm just really open. They've rebranded from 343 to HaloStudios now, and so technically this would be their first game. So I'm really open that they are finally waking up, because like Halo Infinite felt like a path in the right direction, although it wasn't perfect by any means. But I really do hope that they really do learn from their mistakes with the way they handled Halo. Again, that was a lot of blood. I don't like the look of the plasma rifle on this. It's got this front bit thing. I don't know why it has that. It also doesn't sound like a plasma rifle. Like, plasma rifle is like one of those weapons in Halo that made you really feel like you were a badass, and using the plasma rifle just felt really satisfying. Like, it had like that, what, it's like a but like in a like a plasma sound, and it just sounded so good. And the sound on this is very weird. Yeah, I really hope they do adjust the sound effects for the weapons, because it really needs to change. And the look of this is a bit weird. I would say it looks almost similar, but it just needs to remove that front bit, whatever that is. And again, I will say from the inside, from that clip, and of course here, Forerunner structures look not Halo CE by any means. Make Halo CE glow. Make it glow, man. Use the assets. Make it glow. Make it look great. Also, I can't see their green thing that hovers over the Marine's eye with this, but they do not look like the CE Marines. But it's hard to tell with like how dark it is. Even by like this Marine and like the further ones, they do not like the CE Marines, which is concerning. Personally, it really is. Just from the aspect that this is supposed to be a CE remake. All right, we have finished this trailer. We are now going to be off to the roundtable. The roundtable, I'm going to be honest, a lot of information really being said in this, and a lot of me breaking this down. It's going to be very awesome and helpful to really understand this as well. Okay, someone saying Halo CE Remake, big problems and big potential. Yeah, like, I agree. This has big potential. It really does. And Halo's almost got like 1 million subscribers. That is actually unreal. That's actually unreal. So yeah, first of all, I want to say that this game is going to be an M rating about bloody time. I feel like one of the letdowns with the past games of like Halo 4 or 5 Infinite is that it was not an M rating. By any means, kids and teens are going to still play the game because they're going to. But I feel like M rating is really the direction that Halo really needs to go in order to succeed. I think it could still do it without being an M rating, but the issue per se is the story writing aspect. I still don't know if that would make a difference of improving the story, but it's down to whoever's writing Halo really needs to write a good Halo story, because for me over the years, I just really haven't been enjoying the stories like of 4 or 5 compared to like Bungie stories. It's like it hasn't been as captivating. But yeah, I'm glad they've got the M rating, so hopefully this will make Halo CE Remake have a lot of potential. Sounds similar. I think that some of it sounds similar to Halo CE sound effect. It sounds similar, but I'm not sure. Pistol definitely doesn't sound like it. Random rifle definitely doesn't. I like the behavior. I will admit, I do like the behavior of the hunters. That is actually really cool. I will admit. I think it's same or similar behavior of the CE hunters. So yeah, I do like that. I also want to mention that I really like the sound of the impact of the rocket on the hunter. Oh gosh, I've got an itchy eye. Yeah, I really like the impact of the rocket on the hunter. That is also cool as well.
Halo Campaign Evolved is the next project coming out of HaloStudios. It is the ultimate Halo CE Campaign remake. It is coming to Xbox, PC, and for the first time, PlayStation. It'll be arriving next year. To talk more about it, we've got Dan, Max, and Greg from the development team. Guys, let's get into this. Why is this the right game for right now?
We did this work on Halo Anniversary. I felt like there were certain things that were left unsaid. There were certain things that we weren't able to achieve at that time. There were certain things we weren't able to do.
It's a great time to revisit Combat Evolved for new players, for established Halo players, and maybe even for old friends playing on different hardware today, to allow them to play together and enjoy the franchise together again.
Going back to the Halo ring again for the first time.
For the first time is really important, and for them to be surprised by new content and feel like excited again about exploring the ring world.
For new players, this is the right time for you to jump in. Think of this as your introduction into this huge franchise we've been building for the past 25 years.
I'm curious how you're going to focus on capturing the essence of the original, knowing that you need to evolve to kind of move the experience forward.
Yeah, from design, we don't take that lightly at all. Whenever we make a change, the number one thing was to be true to the original game.
For every one of those topics that comes up, there's someone who is incredibly passionate on the other side saying we can, like, that is sacred. We do not move that crate.
It's really about looking across, what
And I think it's really important that they also meet up with their own actions as well. Like, they acknowledge the fact that Halo Anniversary wasn't as what they had intended, and they understand that they've got to be faithful to the games. It's just, I'm gonna say it again because I think it's important. As this is also in the making, I think it's very important that we voice our criticisms and our feedback to them, because it's got to stay truthful to CE, and therefore we've got to really spread that information, because it's either a live or die moment for the Halo franchise, and this game could really determine if it's a cash grab or if they're truly listening. Well, what the hell did I say? It's whether they're truly listening.
We've learned over the years what technology we've built and how we can tie that back into this experience.
So in this game, up to 4 people can play the campaign together, regardless of which platform they're on.
That's actually good.
We're kicking it old school. We can play 2-player co-op on consoles, on the couch.
I think that's a win. Honestly, I think that's really, really good. I think the fact that despite it's not 4-player split screen, it's 2. I think that is still good at launch, considering the past titles that they haven't really kept up with that. And also, 4-player co-op online is also really big, and I think that could really look good for Halo's future, potentially if they keep this consistency up as well.
Like in the original. What do you have to do differently to account now for 4 people running around?
For different co-op counts, we will make some of the spaces larger. We also want to make sure we're authentic to the encounters themselves. So it's a balancing act between that difficulty tuning and making those encounters the right size for the right space.
I understand that we've done some special tune-up works to the beloved Warthog.
We have. There's a new seat, what I like to call the golf cart seat or the bumper seat. This is on the back of the Warthogs.
Okay, I'll be honest. I wasn't sure what I thought about this first when I first saw this video, and yeah, the reason I wanted to be honest to also mention that this is my second time, well, multiple times watching it, but this video isn't like my actual raw footage, by the way, so yeah, just want to clarify that. Yeah, I wasn't sure what I thought about that first. I then thought about Bonkus, but then I retracted what I said to my mind. I was like, you know what, I would then go against what I'm saying, because I want a Halo CE asset. I want its own stuff in it to be polished and look better. Yeah, you know what, I think I could let that be alright, because ultimately it's not like they actually went and made an actual seat. I think that's the bar, I think, or something at the Warthog at the back, unless it did make sense. I don't know, but I think just for the 4th person's sake, I think it's fine.
Now you can bring everyone with.
Mind if I join you?
Let's talk a little.
I will say that the design of the Warthog looks alright. I think it could be worse. It could be amazing. I think it's alright. I think it could fit per se. It's definitely not the Halo Infinite Warthog. That's one thing for sure. I just hope it does play like the Halo CE Warthog, slippery in a way. I know people are gonna probably want better controls, but I think that would still be iconic as well. And the Halo CE Warthog was also relatively, well, for me personally, I felt it had really good speed on it when it was go downhill as well. So hopefully they kept that back as well. So yeah.
A little about one of my favorite aspects of the Halo franchise. What is a skull? What's cool about it? What does it do?
A skull is a gameplay modifier, generally mean-spirited. It makes the game more challenging for the player.
The combination, the pairing of these different skulls and how that's going to create that new gameplay experience. Huge amount of replay options for folks.
I love the replayability that skulls bring to a campaign. It just, there's is almost endless variety.
We have dozens of.
One thing I will say about the skull is that I really wish we could do what we could do in the old Halo games like 1, 2, and 3. I think all of them did cover it. And that was Bungie allowed us to pick up the skull and also hit the Covenant with it in the campaign. If I'm correct, I don't think 4, 5, I think Infinite you can. I can't remember with Infinite. It's been a long time since I picked up the skulls with that. So you'd have to let me know in the comment section down below. But I really wish we could do that with the skulls again, because that'd be awesome. It was another core part of Halo. It wasn't just part of Halo CE. I believe it was in Halo CE 2 and 3. Yeah, I really wish we could do that because, yeah, that'd be very cool.
Skulls this time.
The most that we've ever had in a Halo game.
Are you a lasso guy? I think you yourself told me that you don't think anyone would ever be able to complete this game with legendary all skulls on.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot. And so if you can do a true legendary all skulls on.
You know, I completed Halo MCC all achievements along with Halo 5, Halo Wars 1, Halo Wars 2, Halo Infinite. Lasso really tested my patience. It tortured me. I hope it's not that hard with CE. I like a challenge, but it's like when you get to the stage of impossible, I beg you do not add like an achievement of like all lasso skulls on. Gosh, oh no. Yeah, just no lasso achievement. Legendary achievement. Sounds good? Who knows?
Run, let us know, because I'd love to see it. I mean, that'd be really hard.
If there's one thing
They're teasing of how hard this is going to be, apparently. Wow, jeez.
that this community has shown us is do not underestimate them, and they will find a way. So Halo's always been known for its sandbox. How has this evolved?
We made sure that anything we included isn't going to drastically change the way the game plays, to change the sandbox in a drastic way, but there's some really fun kind of additions, and that's across, enemies, weapons, vehicles, things that in the original CE you weren't able to do before that you now can.
Yeah, that moment when they one-shotted an elite with an edgy sword, which I've got a feeling that might replace CE one-shot, potentially with a hunter. Don't know why they replaced that with a hunter, I really don't. You no longer can one-shot a hunter with their magnum. I'm very wary of the way the energy sword is going to play in Halo CE, I really am. And the other bonus weapons as well, so I just hope the gameplay of that still feels true to CE. But yeah, moving on.
You finally kill the elite with the sword. That weapon hits the floor and you can pick that up and just, kind of really take it to the enemy. It's great.
The sound design.
He was like, Jesus.
All these weapons
Seen it in
have
Unreal
been
Engine.
painstakingly remodeled, rebuilt, higher fidelity. How do all these things kind of come to life?
That comes across through the way they look, the way they sound, the effects, the actual panels on the weapons themselves, the ammo counters.
With Unreal, the fully dynamic lighting with
The actual panels on the weapons themselves, the ammo counter.
I also want to mention as well with the assault rifle, it has no 60 mag. 32. I really hope they do change this. Again, I mentioned earlier, change the sound effects with these weapons to its OG. I believe the plasma pistol and energy sword is the only ones that are true to what they originally sounded like. But yeah, please change the 32 to a 60 because despite how inaccurate the gun was with Halo CE, it was reliable somewhere what? You can actually clear out grunts and blood infection forms, and Jackal were able to be cleared out at somewhere what? That also depended on the difficulty, of course, but it was at least reliable. And I feel like if you were to make the assault rifle unreliable again, you've got 3 or 4 new weapons that you are adding into Halo CE Remake. Battle rifle, the needle rifle, energy sword, and the fuel rod. So like, there's no reason why you can't. So yeah, 32, mag back to 30. Would appreciate that. And even Anniversary was able to do that, which I found interesting.
With Unreal, the fully dynamic lighting within Lumen allows us to get those effects, right? That rich plasma lighting up and brightening the environment.
Battle rifle sounds weird.
Of course, one of the hallmark elements of Halo CE is what becomes kind of a three-way battle with the introduction of the Flood.
Yes.
There was quite a bit of development between Halo CE and 3 to kind of how the Flood behaved and just how they interacted with the player. So we've pulled a lot of those Flood behaviors into this game.
And I would say this is a learning specifically from CE to Anniversary, which is just kind of that mood, the atmosphere, the tension, the horror, and really delivering on that from the way that we stage the encounters and the setup and how we reveal the Flood.
In Halo Legacy, there were some pure form units. We've pulled in a familiar friend.
Right, this is actually the tank in Halo 3. I like the idea. I'm also cautious of this. For the sake of Halo CE, if Bungie initially wanted the tank in CE, then understand that. I haven't heard any information about that, so if they did, okay, fair enough. But I think, and a really good additional way of adding the hunt, not hunt, Jesus Christ, they remind me of so much fun. The way, sorry, they can add the tank in is if they do put it in like a contamination like way, so like you can see it when you're in like, let's say like the library or the foreign structures, like when when you're passed through guilty spark. So like you can see like the Forerunners, they were studying the flood because they were contained. Don't know how they're going to add them in, but yeah, I recommend that. But if they do end up getting added in and as an enemy you fight, boy oh boy, am I looking forward to it and not looking forward to it due to relatively how tough they were on 3. Despite 3, I felt like the flood were slightly easier to kill.
Familiar fiend, if you will, to challenge the player.
Talk to me just a little bit about how we're approaching the narrative aspects to bring it up to the same level as the rest of this game.
We want to tell an authentic story, and we want to level up the cinematics from the source.
Wow, they're probably
As
done it
we
from the
were building
ground
this
up.
out,
Wow.
we didn't just kind of put a new coat of paint over the original cinematics, right? We ended up revisiting exactly how they were blocked out, how they were sequenced, how they were put together, and we've done that across the board.
We have access to original source assets, original source code, and
Source assets, original source code, and access to the original storyboard. I really hope that this is a true Halo CE remake because they have access to like quite a few of the original stuff regarding Halo CE, and I would have imagined they'd do with all the other titles as well. So when it comes to the original storyboards, that makes sense regarding the Sergeant Johnson 3 bonus missions with Sergeant Johnson and the Chief. That makes sense. I just hope that it doesn't complicate anything with the lore. And I will talk more on that later with my review, etc. of it. Source code and source asset. I just really hope that they really don't use like Halo Reach, Halo Infinite type of assets, and they just use Halo CE assets and then just make that look good. Even if you put it into like a engine or a software and make it look good, but that is a Halo CE asset, fair enough. But so far, I think what I'm looking at are Halo Reach / majority Halo Infinite assets, which I'm not a big fan of.
access to the original storyboards. We are remastering, remixing the music to go along with these
Nice.
cinematics.
We also had the core principal cast come in and re-record all the lines.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine shields?
This really provides
Wow.
a degree of fidelity that we weren't able to do for Halo Anniversary.
Now would be a very good
Interesting.
time to leave.
Now would be a very good time to leave. That is Halo CE at the end. No, I got that wrong, haven't I? Yeah, got that wrong. However, Steve Downs' one is the more. But yeah, I really like to see the original voice actors back. It's really cool to see them back. Yeah, whatever. We'll just go with it. I will say, I do like the fact that they're bringing the actors back. Even the Bohammer, all that stuff. It's really, really cool. It's really, really cool to see them coming back. And Steve Downs looks incredible, by the way. Both him and Jen Taylor look great. Is that like a hat? Is that like something for them to capture the microphone? Like for improvement on the audio overall? Because if so, that's cool. Him and Jen Taylor are great. Like, it's so cool.
One of the
Really is.
engine shields.
This really provides a degree of fidelity that we weren't able to do for Halo Anniversary.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
I'm super excited that this game will include 3 brand new bonus missions. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was really important that we preserve the original story as it is. So these missions specifically are meant to be a prequel, a setup for, the main course. These new missions are going to offer some new opportunity, a prequel, a setup for,
Okay, I will admit, this reminds me, what are they? I don't think they are, but they remind me of those aircrafts in Halo Reach. I forgot what they are. They begin with an S. Terrified? No. I think you guys know what I mean, but they remind me of the aircraft vehicles. I wonder if we're going to see this in bonus missions of CE, which I've got a feeling we may do considering the scene is featured. And also, that looks like a barricade, I think, as well over here, potentially.
the main course. These new missions are going to offer some new opportunities for character interactions, maybe between, Chief and Johnson.
We've got some new mechanics,
Interesting.
maybe some new AI behaviors, things that haven't been done before in Halo CE.
I think we're just getting started.
I'm very skeptical on the AI behavior. I really want it to be more true to CE. I really hope that it does not ruin CE of the core material that CE is, because Halo CE was really good, bloody classic. It was great. Like, despite my favorite Halo game is Halo 3, Halo CE is beyond great. Like, I still play the game to this day on old graphics because I cannot stand the anniversary version. But yeah, I just hope that they really are careful with the way they handle it. And also, I think we're just getting started is a great line.
So where are we right now at this stage in development? What can you share with us?
In the past few weeks, we've been able to start engaging and sending builds out to some of our community members.
We can now see so many of
Not sure my thoughts on the energy sword yet, but yeah, again, it's not like everybody has access to the demo. It's only the people that went to the Halo Championship.
the elements of the level really coming together.
There's a point in every game's life cycle where it kind of just comes online.
Seeing really high fidelity.
I do like these
cinematics,
cutscenes.
elements of the sandbox and
and
encounter
that, it
tweaks
looks
and
really good.
lighting.
You can go to someone's desk and give feedback live on an experience, and to me, that's like
Right, this is what I really like. Now, Hunters is one of my favorite aliens in the Covenant in the Halo universe. Like, they added like moving worms, which is really cool, and it makes way more sense considering Hunters are legit made out of worms. I will actually put on screen somewhere around here the exact word it is of what they are made out of. I really do like the fact that they're doing that. When you actually shoot them as well, when they're dead, they are actually moving on the ground as well, which I think is a really cool feature. I think it's really, really good.
A really exciting time in game development.
The ultimate love letter
Elites are my second favorite as well, by the way. I do love my elites.
to the game that started it all. I would call upon our entire Halo community to welcome with open arms this next generation of players. I'm excited to just relive these experiences again for the first time.
Halo Combat Evolved Remake. Alright, so a lot of good pointers I wanted to make, sorry. But now it's time for some feedback and some like brutal stuff that I'm going to point out. First of all, I want to say the zoom in with the Magnum actually looks decent. I actually like that. I think that's like one of the only weapons that should technically be aimed down sight. Okay, I do not like the HUD. I think the HUD is not the greatest. They really should have respected the CE HUD, which is the radar is on the left. The health is on the right along with the shield, and you actually have health packs. I think your shield recharge in this game. If so, the core of Halo CE was you pick up health packs and that. So your ammo and grenades was on the top left. You actually don't see what your weapon was either. But yeah, I just wish that we had more of that layout. Like they said, the HUD is customizable. That's not the point. If you can actually move your health and that to there, don't think you would be able to. But either way, it's not the point if you can customize it. It's the point that it really should respect Halo CE overall. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Is a Halo CE remake, not a Halo Infinite or a Halo Reach. So they really do need to respect the source material of Halo CE. They said they understand that they've got to be faithful to CE because Anniversary didn't go the way they wanted it. So of course they were 343 before they branded to HaloStudios. But yeah, I really don't like the HUD. I will also mention as well, you do aim down sight on every single gun on this game. I do not like that. I don't. Like, you aim with the needler. I think it's similar to Halo Infinite. It might be slightly different, but I think it's similar to Halo Infinite, which, again, not the point. You should not be able to do that on a Halo CE. The only guns I believe you could aim down sight with Halo CE was the Magnum, the Sniper, and the Rocket. I wouldn't mind so much with the Fuel Rod, because the Fuel Rod is similar to the Rocket Launcher. Other than that, I don't think aiming down sight should be in Halo CE. I would say the only weapons, even with the bonus weapons included, would be the Battle Rifle and the Needle Rifle. Fuel Rod, Rocket, Magnum. That's the only weapons that technically should be allowed to aim down sight on this game. The rest would be cool with binoculars. I found that really fascinating growing up. I was like looking at like the Flood, the Covenant in a distance, like really planning out the way I would handle my attack and my approach. I really do want the binoculars back, just because we can aim down sight and also see a little bit further. I don't think that really suits Halo CE at all, the remake, and so that really does need to get adjusted. Also, I do want to mention as well, you can sprint on this game. You also can turn it off. What is the point of that? I don't see the point of sprinting. Whether you can turn it off or not isn't the point. It's about respecting the legacy of Halo CE. It's about respecting the source material. This game really will determine whether HaloStudios can actually make a Halo game. And I want to say they can, because they have so many good ideas. It's just like they let something slip and slide and then things don't go the greatest. And it's like, how did you get to here? It's like, it doesn't make sense. But HUD, sprint, whether you can change that in settings or not, it really should not be in Halo CE Remake. I also want to mention as well, with the Halo CE Classic, when the rocket fires, it has like a rushing sound. It has this like unique sound for it specifically. It's hard to explain. It's like I'm not sure if it's a whoosh, but it sounds so different compared to any other weapon, and it made the rocket feel so powerful when you're using it. I'm not sure if I could hear that with music underneath. I hope they added that in. All I urge is you add the classic sound effects with all the weapons in the remake. That's all I ask for, but the impact of the rockets is good, I will admit, unlike the Hunters, for example.
We made sure that anything we included isn't going to drastically change the way the game plays, to change the sandbox in a draft.
Okay, so with Halo CE, you had yellow, blue, and I believe you had red elite. So this is basically resembling the red elite. I don't know why, but this elite looks I think slightly better than the one in that cutscene. I'm not sure if the cutscene is pre-rendered. I don't know. The elite look a bit different in this remake. Of course, it's making progress, so I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm really hoping that the enemies look more faithful in the CE when that does drop.
Additions,
I also want to say that the plasma pistol sounds good, and it also looks good out of most of the weapons. The reason I say most, there's a few that do look good. Energy sword does look pretty good. Assault rifle looks all right, but they do need to increase that to a 60 mag. I do want to cover a bit of the flood, by the way. Yeah, I think I covered as much as I possibly wanted in this. I will also mention in like the caption or in the comments a list as well. So if I did forget anything, then yeah, that's in the list. But so the tank, well, I know I briefly touched over this, but I think it's important to know that the flood have a really interesting lore in CE. If they do adjust the lore of the flood, I really hope that they don't go too crazy to the point where it's something completely new. I want it something that it stayed truthful, so it's already in the books. It's something Bungie originally had in the storyboard that they bring in. So if they do that, I want them to do it very carefully, because the flood is very lore rich. I think they will keep pretty much the same. I think they'll just add, like, you know, the new enemies, such to speak. I'm very curious of the encounters as per se, but yeah, I like the tank. The tank always reminds me of the hunters.
What you need to crack one of the...
I just want to say that, you know, Steve Downes and Jen Taylor, they do a cracking job at what they do. You can have like one of the bad Halo games. These two are the reason why I've stuck with the franchise. I'm not joking, guys. I'm being genuinely serious. Like, people are like, well, it's a Halo game. Isn't that great? Yeah, but also needs to be good. And the reason why I stuck through from the dark times with Halo, like a campaign that was received bad, cough, cough, Halo 5 Guardians, I stuck through it and stuck through Infinite, etc. Even though Infinite was way better, but still not perfect. I stuck with it because Steve and Jen Taylor just do a fantastic job. And that's why I've stuck with Halo for this long. But yeah, I think I already featured this anyway, but I do want to mention that some of the weapons don't look good. They look weird. It just needs slightly... redoing to make them look true to CE. Really, that would just be really good. And also imagine that throughout the line. That would be really good. The gameplay footage of the 30-minute of CE Remake, they also showed Marines. They did not look like CE Marines. They look like maybe Halo Infinite Marines in a way, which I don't like, due to the fact that this is a Halo CE Remake, and they really need to get this understanding that this is a Halo CE Remake, this is a Halo Infinite or a Halo Reach. I know I said that already, but I cannot stress this enough. I'm also cautious on the new dialogue as well, because they are adding new dialogue regarding this end bit here. This is new, but by the sound of it, like, give them hell chief. I think that's new. I believe that's new. I can't remember hearing that in the classics, so I'm very, very skeptical. So far of what I heard, blends in all right, but I'm very skeptical on that as well, in that regard. Ugh. You know, in my old age, I'll be 30 in 7 years. 7 years, I'll be 30. Oh my gosh, wow. Talk about that though, I'll be 25 in like 2 years. That is nuts. Like, oh my gosh, that is nuts. Like, I played Halo since I was like 6, 5. Like, I absolutely loved the classic Halo games. I really did. But you know what? I want to boot this up, actually. Sorry, I do want to boot this up. Just want to cover just very little stuff real quick. Oh yeah, I really do not like the sprint. I forgot to mention that it's like Halo 5 Infinite Sprint combined. No, like, I know I already made my stance on it. They really should just remove that. It's hideous. Right, so this is why I wanted to boot this up. Look at the Marines. Can we see it at least in front of the Marines? Yeah, of course they don't have that, like, that green bit. I can't remember what that was. I think that was giving them a little bit. I'm not sure if that was like an information thing. I forgot what that was. They do not look like Halo CE Marines, and that really does need to be adjusted, because they are crucial to Halo CE and the way they looked from the original. And I want to stress again that this is a work in progress. Like, that does need to really change. It really does. Yeah, because some people said it looked like Halo Reach Marines still, but maybe it's a blend of Halo Reach and Halo Infinite. Isn't that lucky? No, like, no. Oh gosh. I also want to mention as well that you can take the Warthog up here now. I don't know what to think about this. Honestly, it's a small little change, but the whole point was the fact that you fight the hunters on foot. You can even go past the hunters. You don't have to fight them. So I don't know why you want to bring a Warthog up there. You can just run past the hunters if you don't want to fight them. It's that simple. But yeah, no, there was a tree there before, which made it very, very impossible to get past it. And let me tell you now, you would get stuck if you did try to get past the tree. Oh, I do want to also end this with a quick cutscene of this as well. I did think this cutscene was actually pretty cool. If, like, you know, Chief was actually like checking his corners, like, you know, like you would. So I did think that was pretty cool. I think Bungie would have done that if they were able to. I don't know. I feel like they could have done that potentially. I think they could have done that. I don't know. Yeah, I think they could have done that, but I just think that was actually pretty cool. Again, they just need to adjust the look of the Forerunner structures, because just because it looks good, it's not a Halo CE asset, and well, at least it doesn't look like it. But I believe he kicks it off, doesn't he? Yeah, he kicked it off. Oh no. No, he did. Yeah. the cutscene is longer, so that's why I thought he kicked it off already. But yeah, that's basically going to be my take, my review and criticize of this. My overall review, what do I think of the Halo CE Remake? It's got potential, it really does. Of course, Anniversary I really didn't like anyway, so every time I play Halo CE, I play it on the old graphics. I always will do with Halo MCC. This has got potential, visuals that look great. I like the cutscenes. I do actually like the way Chief looks. He looks good in his Mark 5 armor. Helmet looks good, the rest of his armor looks alright. Energy Sword sounds good, Plasma Pistol sounds good. Plasma Pistol looks good. Energy Sword will see in the game, but I think it looks alright. Not sure how it will play though, because of course we never played the Energy Sword in the original, but it was there. So yeah, Warthog looks alright. Not gonna lie, I do hope that it plays like the Warthog that we all know and love, even with the dreadful controls back in the day. Even if you improve it a little bit, just keep it so it's still nostalgic, and not just nostalgic, but the way the Warthog played in CE felt so heavy as well, which I really like. It's one of the things I really didn't like with 343's takes on the Warthog. They felt like they were paperweight to them, like they didn't have much weight to them. So yeah, I really did like Bungie's Warthogs, although I do also like Bungie's and 343's tanks. They just felt so good for some weird reason. The beach looks good as well. Pelicans look alright. Voice acting is good as always. I am of course cautious of the new dialogue. I've got quite a lot of stuff that I do like of this, and the assault rifle looks alright. I just hope that they do increase it to a 60 mag, and all the guns do have its sound effects, and they really do stop using assets, because this is crucial. I don't know how long they've been working on the game for now, maybe between 3 and 5 years, I don't know. They need to stop using assets from another Halo title into a remake that they're trying to remake. Again, I cannot stress enough, this is a work in progress, so they can take everybody's feedback. They really need to respect the title and the faith of Halo CE, because Halo CE has been with us for a very long time, and next year will be the 25th anniversary. One of my friends and I speculated that it's going to be around November. That's when the classic and the anniversary release, which makes sense because they are also announcing another Halo project, which I've been hearing rumors about, a Halo standalone game of a multiplayer live service game, which doesn't necessarily mean free to play, and I really hope it doesn't and isn't a free to play game, because I do not like free-to-play games much. I may play them now and again. To be fair, I do want to hit max level on Halo Infinite. I don't like the whole battle pass. I don't like the whole fact of a battle royale, and I really hope Halo doesn't have a battle royale. Halo just moving forward and leaving a lot of stuff that's happened over the years behind it. I just want Halo to really do good in its life and for its franchise, because Halo has the potential. Like, you could take Halo in multiple different directions: Flood, Forerunner, Sergeant Johnson, Arbiter, and that. So like, you really can take it to multiple directions, and Halo is also a story lore rich game. And I don't think many people understand how story lore rich Halo is. You've also got a lot of OG Halo fans so fascinated in the lore of Halo, and so they read the books. I struggle to read books anyway, so I just listen to content creators break down some stuff, so it gives me of course the understanding. I've watched the DVDs, all the DVDs in a matter of fact, so like Halo Legends, Halo the Fall of Reach, Halo 4 Forward Unto Dawn, Halo Nightfall. I didn't like Nightfall. 4 Forward Unto Dawn was alright. I've also watched the dreadful, awful, disgrace, abomination of the Halo series. We don't talk about that. And the way I look at that direction is I look at it more as a front of, it's not a race, but it's like trying to also stand out in the space franchise. It's sci-fi of course as well. I didn't like so much the direction of where 343 were taking it, like making it more sci-fi, less spacey. It's like, it's weird. It's like, I like the way Bungie handled it, and I feel like HaloStudios can still do that. So for me, it's like trying to compete against other franchises that is similar to Halo in the asset, and I just don't think Call of Duty and Battlefield is that. It's more of like the multiplayer and aesthetic of that, I think, of growing up, that people are like, oh, Call of Duty is better because of this, and Battlefield is better because of this, or Halo is better because of this. Like, I don't really look at that. Like, I grew up playing all three of them. Halo doesn't need to rival itself against those two games. It really does not. I really do hope HaloStudios really does start listening to the fans, because I feel like, if the way I look at it from a developer's point of view, if we listen to the fans, you're also bringing more audience in, because fans will be saying, oh, have you tried this game before? And that person may be a gamer but hasn't played, let's say, Halo. You can grab more people in, and you can attract more players. I just think it's a really crucial moment in the Halo universe of this, and it should be an interesting journey. I just want it to do good. I've loved Halo since I was around 5-6. I always will. I just want it to do good, and I'm sure everybody else does. A lot of people have gave up regarding Halo going into a right direction, but I'm not giving up yet. Not yet. HaloStudios, is the last chance I'm given for Halo. I'm going to give it between this and 3 games to see if they can really turn this around. Yeah, between 1 to 3, 1 to 4 games per se. But yeah, guys, this is where I'm going to end it here. I've been recording for an hour and 15 minutes now, and I'm going to be cutting that down to maybe around 30 to 40 minutes, say. Or maybe, sure, I don't know yet, but it's going to be definitely interesting. Alright, guys. Editor Owen here. As I was going through the footage, I realized that I was actually going to mention one of the things regarding, you know, like the future remakes and my thoughts. I thought I'd add it here, just, you know, like briefly, and I think this is vitally important. Now, what we've got to understand is if Halo CE Remake was a one-off, I could get my head around that, fine, just because, well, Anniversary wasn't really good. No hot take there. My issue per se is more of the fact that Bungie made it very clear, and there were videos online that everybody can find, and that is that back then they made it very clear if they were able to add all the cut content in Halo 1 and 2, there would be no other Halo games. And so we need to make it vitally clear that if we do get a Halo 2 and 3 remake, which rumors are saying, if Halo CE Remake succeeds, I'm very concerned of the cut content they would add in, let's say, Halo 2 and Halo 3, because some stuff of Halo 3 was supposed to be in Halo 2, but because they were having a deadline, they had to give what they had to provide with Halo 2. Therefore, when it came to Halo 3, the story wasn't, let's say, as good per se, and that is due to the fact that, well, Halo 2 and 3 were supposed to be combined. So I just want to really quickly mention this right here. This ain't going to be like hugely long, this segment of the recording, but yeah, I just want to make that clear as well. And also, if somebody wants to complain regarding Vince should be in Halo CE, just remember the fact that Bungie was able to hit the peak of gaming with Halo 2 and Halo 3, which didn't have sprints. I want to make that as a factual point right here because I think it's vitally important. You can have a game that doesn't have sprint and still succeed. So I do want to make a point there because I think it's important due to the fact that, you know, I love Halo with all my heart. I love the classics. I love 343's games. I won't say it hits that top notch compared to Bungie's games. However, am I still going to say that I'm going to give HaloStudios a chance between 1 and 3 games? Yes, but that also depends on how they handle the franchise. Okay, enjoy the video, and yeah, that was my thought. But guys, I really hope you did enjoy this video. I'm not really officially back of YouTube. I just wanted to get a lot of this off my mind because it has been burdening me, honestly. Watching so many videos, so many different opinions. Everybody wants Halo to do good, and I just think everybody's stressed and worried with the way HaloStudios and Xbox is handling Halo. Because, again, like I said before, I just feel like 343 butchered Halo in a way. They made decent multiplayer games, and I will stick to that, and HaloStudios do make good multiplayer games. When it came to the campaign, it's just not the way I thought it would head to, compared to like Bungie games, where they knew exactly what they were doing and they did a great job with that. And I just want to give that to HaloStudios. So like, I have no hate against them. It's just like, I just don't feel like they know how to make a good game, and I want that to change for them, and so everybody can also enjoy their games, and so everybody can have that special franchise and game they make the games, and I just want that to happen. But yeah, we'll see. But guys, this is where I'm gonna end it here, and I really hope you did enjoy. If you guys did enjoy this video, why not drop that like rating? And hey, if you're new around here, why not subscribe for more videos just like this one right here? So further ado, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.